Okay, hey guys, so this is a guide on Spider-Man. Uh, this is just a beginner's guide, so I'll be going over some combos, some very basic combos, his movement, his abilities, and the settings you want for Spider-Man. So if you've been around here for a while, you will remember that my first video actually was a guide on Spider-Man, but it kind of flopped because I had to use subtitles because I couldn't access the microphone at the time. But now I'm doing a better one, which will hopefully be a little bit better. Okay, so let's get into it. So his first attack is, there's his page, is a punch and a kick. So it does two punches, which have relatively short range, and then faster kick. So this is called a spider tracer. I'm just going to call it sticky because you'll hear that a lot. And just remember that it applies a debuff.
Pretty sure those are
Okay.
bad guys.
So
Oh,
this is get over here. It pulls them towards Spider-Man and stuns them for a tiny bit. If you apply a sticky, you can actually pull you towards them. This is his amazing combo. It uppercuts them into the air. Okay, so this is his ult. Spider-Man becomes so sticky that he makes everyone around him sticky. So sticky, in fact, that they cannot move. And this is basically a free win for the fight. So now I'll be going over some of his combos. And his combos. So these are very basic ones, but they are also very effective. However, there can be some better combos if you don't have the right cooldown. So you're going to apply web, get over here, uppercut, web, punch. And this is what you want to be using 90% of the time. It is quite a good combo, and in scenarios where I've got all my cooldowns, I find myself using it the most. This next combo is you web, double jump. That will make an overhead. Then you're going to apply another sticky. So that's the overhand. Basically, you've hit in the air. Then you apply a sticky, an uppercut, and then a web. And this kills up to 300 health. Don't do it like that. I flopped that right there. Like this. And then you can animation cancel if you like, which is just a web swing, but only if you've got too much, like 2 web swings, so I wouldn't use it. So this is an alternate combo where it's get over here, web, punch, web, uppercut, and this is good because it pulls people into your team if you're like brawling. But what you can also do is that, and it almost kills them. So you can just add like a spider tracer on there at the end, or a punch. And a lot of people don't realize that kills you, and it's like the fastest way to kill someone. So remember that combo. This is an alternate version of the first combo I showed you, and it's good, but I'd rather use the other one because that applies a little bit of CC, so they can't do as much, and it can cancel abilities. So now I'm going to be going into his settings, and this is quite complicated. I know I play on console, but I'm not going to be doing console settings right now except for keybinds. I'll go into aim assist and things like that later, but that's just a bit confusing. This is a beginner's fighter guide. So obviously you want sensitivity quite high so you can turn around. I may as well just show my sensitivity up here. Like my aim assist and things. This will help you a bit, and it's got good ease in. But I'm not going to go into much detail, so you can pause this if you like. But you don't want aim assist on. Close range aim assist on anyway. Okay, this is his movement input. Okay, so now I'll move into his actual settings. And the first one is you want to have targeting sensitivity while aloft below 50. And what this basically does is when you do sticky and then a get over here, you have to somewhat be aiming at the character, and they don't just have to be on your screen. So it allows you, like, say there's a group of people, it allows you to go, like, have more precision, and that's quite useful for this. Okay, so the next setting is hold to swing on, and this means if you just tap your swing, you can do, like, you can stop whenever you need, and you can do some more advanced animation cancels. Then you want simple swing off, and basically, so there's like set anchors around like a point on the map for simple swing, and it basically anchors onto that area. However, it means you cannot do a second type of web swing called a web zip, where you aim below your head, and that helps you quite a lot in the future. So then, like, you can do this kind of, like, you can do a web zip, which allows you to do a bunny hop, which I think I'll be going over later in this guide. I'm doing a voiceover, so, like, I'm not, like, talking as I'm recording this. But I'll probably go over later the bunny hop in the guide. But, okay, so the next setting, like, oh, I'm still. So if you have, like, this on, you can't really escape doors, like, doorways, so you want this on. Okay, so this next setting, that I'll be following is, you can actually rebind simple swing to a different thing. Like, this will always, like, this will happen to you at some point, where you're going to die of a mantis or a luna or something, and they freeze you or stun you or whatever, and then you're stuck and you panic and you can't aim your webs in time. Like, you would do that, so you panic and you die. But with this, with simple swing, you can just, like, you can just use simple swing, which means you don't have to think, which is actually really helpful. So now hold to wall crawl. So this actually means, unless you're holding your jump button, you won't actually stick to walls when you, like, web zip into them by accident. Like, see, I didn't stick to that wall or that one. And if you're trying to get, like, escape a narrow corridor and you miss, it won't be as punishing for missing. So that's quite useful. Okay, so then you want hold. I have hold to run on walls on, but it doesn't really matter. And then direction of wall crawling is advanced vertically upwards, but it doesn't hugely matter, because on console, advanced vertically upwards, it follows your left stick, but advanced towards crosshair, it follows your right stick, which is has some different mechanics, but I like that. So attack range hint is the next setting, and it's quite useful because it gives you like a small, like, it outlines people in red, like a more detailed outline. Well, not detailed, like a more clear outline. When this for any melee hero, and it's basically when you get close to someone, it gives them the outline. And then get over here targeting. This means if you apply a web to someone, you have the get over here, but you can also pull them because you've bound it to a different button. So get over here targeting binds it to a different button, which means you can pull them. So that's the end of the video. And so there will be an advanced Spider-Man guide for movement, animation, cancels, combos, etc., which will be helpful if once you get good at Spider-Man in a lower level, and then this will help you like more competitively. So that's pretty much it. So YouTube actually thinks you like this video, so try and prove to me that it's right, and see you in the next one, and goodbye.